Nathan Bedford Forrest, also known as the Devil Forest, or maybe the Wizard of his Saddle, or even better yet, a monstrosity on this planet. Now, Nathan Bedford Forrest did not start off with being a Confederate general or anything that anyone may know him as. He was originally a plantation owner that grew up after his father died and went and made some money. He was really rich, a millionaire, well, to us. Um, During this time, the South and the North got into a little disagreement, and well, the South broke up with the North. You know how that went, that crazy. They're done. And it was the separation thing, you know? Nathan Bedford Forrest wanted to take some stuff into his own hands. He was a bit bored with how things were going and wanted to create his sort of own army. In that sense, he just being a private enlisted in the United States Army, well, the Confederate Army, like I said, he got bored and he was rich, so might as well just, go to this little handy little bank. Woo, look at him go. Wow, crazy, crazy. Anyways, he go there, and you know what he does? He gets money. What he do with that money? He gets some people, makes his own little army. He also makes his own ammo. Well, not makes his own ammo, funds his own guns, his own food, his own ammo, etc. Resources needed. In that sense, a lot of people were kind of like scared of him in a way, but one of his battles, he got captured by Ulysses Grant. Captured, but instead of just letting himself stay captured, he took him and his men and somehow escaped one of the best and greatest generals of the Union. And they escaped, and woo, look at them escaping. That goes crazy. Anyways, another really big person like Robert E. Lee, he was a Confederate general. He literally said that he's the greatest general, like saying, like, when asked who's the greatest general, he said, like, a fellow I never met, Forrest, One of the biggest things that he did, and a lot of people why he said he was so great, was due to his battle tactics. He had a really high war IQ. In this example, he was facing someone that had like 3 times as many men as him, a Union officer. And so what he did was he made his men go over the mountain over and over again to make it seem like he had large quantities of people. And then once he did that, like, they were scared, the Union people were like, ah, and they somehow captured the Union. Grant literally called him the Devil Forest on how bad he was, and mind you, Grant's on the opposing side, and he respected Forrest. He was like, yeah, dude, you're crazy, like, what the heck, it's crazy. Another general, William Tecumseh, I think how you say it, Sherman. He literally said that we have to stop him with all we can, with all the money in this world, or like as many people as we have, but we have to stop him just because he's like damaging this war or like the Union so badly. He also contributed to one of the probably most controversial things, which was an attack on Fort Pillow, which used to be a Confederate area, but they had abandoned it in Mississippi. It was mostly Union Southerners, and then also African like slaves that were in the war, enlisted into the war. It was only 500, 600 soldiers compared to like the Confederates' 2,000s. Well, Forrest's 2,000s. It became from a battle to a massacre. Like, they ended up killing 250 to like 300 soldiers on the Union, and only 17 Confederate soldiers died. And most of these soldiers, again, were like African Americans. But, of course, the South lost and Reconstruction began. And once Reconstruction began, hate groups were created, such as the KKK. And in 1865 to 1876, 2,000-ish racial attacks had happened, such as lynchings and, like, attacks on institutions. And the KKK leader is none other than Forrest. Crazy, I know, right? Who knew? That's absolutely insane. But in that sense, they created the name, the Wizard. There's me redrawing it because I didn't think it was good enough. But the Wizard is the leader of the KKK, which was named after Forrest because he was called the Forrest. Not the Forrest, the Wizard of his Saddle, just based off of how great of a general he was, I guess. Not only did he do that, he changed how war was. He ended up creating this huge domino effect of the KKK. He has respect from the opposing side. Forrest Gump is, I mean, like, he's, like, Forrest Gump is named after him because apparently, like, Nathan Forrest is his ancestor. He was a self-rose general, and, like, he was so committed, he ended up buying his own stuff. This guy was crazy, and I say he's the most influential person. In a bad way, though.